when a black belt instructor arrogantly challenged a modest black woman to a sparring match just to make a cruel joke. He thought he was about to teach her a lesson in humiliation. But what happened next left the entire dojo in stunned, absolute silence. He had no idea he wasn't just mocking a quiet mother, he was disrespecting a legendary underground fighter known only as the Tempest. Simone Jenkins pushed open the glass door of the martial arts center, her simple sneakers making no sound on the polished wooden floor. Before we continue, tell us where in the world you're watching from. Drop it in the comments below. And if you enjoy this story, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more powerful content like this. The familiar scent of clean sweat and focused discipline filled the air. Though she came here twice a week to pick up her son Alex, she always felt a quiet sense of respect for the art form being practiced within these walls. The hall was brightly lit, illuminating the large blue mats where students of all ages practiced their katas with sharp, precise movements. In the far corner, Simone immediately spotted her 10-year-old son Alex, his face a mask of concentration as he executed a block. Watching his dedication always brought a gentle smile to her lips. At 38, Simone was unassuming. Her dark curly hair was pulled back into a practical bun, and her simple sweater and jeans blended in with the other parents waiting along the wall. "Mom?" Alex exclaimed, his focus breaking as he waved energetically. Simone waved back warmly before taking a seat on a nearby bench. Her attention was drawn to the head instructor, Master Damon Cross, tall and muscular, with a pristine white GI and a black belt tied expertly around his waist. He radiated an aura of supreme confidence. However, Simone had also noticed a pattern in his teaching, a subtle but persistent bias. "Hey, Michael, are you trying to trip on your own feet?" Cross barked at a young black student struggling with a sidekick. A few students snickered. Simone saw the boy's shoulders slump before he bowed and tried again. His initial enthusiasm was visibly gone. In contrast, when a white student made a similar mistake, Cross was all encouragement. "Good effort, Ben. Keep your balance. You'll get it." Simone's jaw tightened. She had seen this quiet prejudice before, and each time it felt like a small splinter in her heart. "Mom, I'm done." Alex's cheerful voice broke her thoughts. As she walked over to him, she felt Cross's eyes on her, a quick, dismissive glance filled with disdain. She met his gaze for a brief second before turning her attention back to her son. But she had felt the challenge in that look. Little did she know, a confrontation she never asked for was just around the corner. At the next practice, the dojo's atmosphere was different. Master Cross gathered everyone in a large circle. "Today," he announced, his voice booming with authority, "I want to demonstrate the vast difference between a true martial artist and a complete amateur." His eyes scanned the parents and settled on Simone, a mocking smile spreading across his face. "And I believe we have the perfect volunteer. Miss Jenkins, Alex's mother, you watch so intently, but I bet you've never been in a real fight in your life, have you?" The room fell silent. Alex grabbed his mother's sleeve, his face flushed with embarrassment. "Master Cross, I don't think this is necessary," Simone said calmly, her voice even. Cross laughed, a harsh, condescending sound. "Oh, I insist. It will be a valuable lesson for the children to see what real skill looks like, and what it doesn't. The injustice of it all, the casual racism, the public humiliation ignited a fire in Simone. This wasn't just about her anymore. It was about her son and every other child who was made to feel less than by this man. She took a deep breath. "Fine, Master Cross, I will participate, but on one condition." A flicker of surprise crossed his face. "A condition?" He scoffed. "Yes," Simone said, her voice clear and firm, ringing through the silent dojo. "If you win, I will concede that I am just an amateur. But if you lose," she paused, her gaze sharpening, "you must stand before every student and parent here and give a sincere public apology for your biased and disrespectful teaching." A wave of gasps went through the room. Cross stared at her, stunned, then burst into arrogant laughter. "You think you can beat me? Fine, I accept, though I have no idea what I'd be apologizing for." He turned to the crowd. "The match will be tomorrow. I guarantee it will be a show you'll never forget." That evening, after Alex was asleep, Simone sat alone in her quiet living room. The confrontation had stirred up memories she had long buried. She walked to an old wooden chest in the corner and opened it. Beneath a stack of medical textbooks lay a pair of worn black sparring gloves and a single faded photograph. It was her younger, leaner self, her face a mask of cold focus, standing over a defeated opponent in a dimly lit underground arena years ago. Before she was Dr. Simone Jenkins, she had been a legend in a world far from this one. In the unsanctioned full-contact circuits of her youth, they called her the Tempest, a fighter known not for brute strength, but for her terrifying calm and an uncanny ability to anticipate her opponent's every move, making them defeat themselves. She had left that life behind to become a doctor, to heal instead of hurt, and to raise her son in a world of peace. But now, Master Cross had awakened the part of her she thought was gone forever. She closed the chest. The Tempest was about to make a return. The next day, the dojo was packed. Cross stood in the center of the mat, basking in the attention. Simone stepped onto the mat in her simple sweatpants and t-shirt, her expression calm, ready to be embarrassed. "Miss Jenkins?" Cross taunted. Simone simply nodded. The match began. Cross launched into a series of flashy, aggressive attacks, spinning kicks, and powerful punches, each one stopping just short of her, designed to intimidate and show off. The crowd craned their necks, but Simone didn't flinch. She moved with an impossible economy of motion, taking tiny steps, making subtle shifts, causing every single one of his strikes to miss by a hair's breadth. Cross's confident smirk began to fade, replaced by irritation, then confusion. It was like fighting a shadow. "Aren't you gonna fight back?" he snarled, his attacks becoming faster and angrier. "I'm waiting for you to show me your professional skill," Simone replied, her voice steady and calm. Her words enraged him. He lost all composure and charged, his technique becoming sloppy in his blind fury. The audience grew quiet, the initial excitement turning into stunned disbelief. This quiet woman was completely controlling the fight without throwing a single punch. Finally, seeing his opponent utterly spent and off balance, Simone acted. As Cross lunged forward with a wild haymaker, she moved not away, but towards him. In one fluid, precise motion, she ducked under his arm, used his own momentum against him, and applied a simple joint lock to his wrist. Cross yelped in surprise and pain. his body instantly forced to the ground where he landed in a heap, completely neutralized. Silence. A deep, profound silence blanketed the entire dojo. Everyone stared, unable to process what they had just seen. The invincible sensei had been defeated in a single, effortless move by the quiet lady. Then a small voice filled with immense pride broke the silence. It was Alex. "That's my mom," he said, his voice trembling with emotion. "She's the Tempest." A wave of whispers turned into a roar as parents frantically searched the name on their phones. Photos and old articles appeared showing a younger Simone, the undefeated champion of underground fighting circuits. The looks of pity and mockery on the faces in the crowd instantly transformed into awe and deep respect. Cross lay on the mat, not physically hurt, but his pride and arrogance shattered into a million pieces. He had been so wrong, so blinded by his prejudice. He slowly got to his feet and faced Simone, his head bowed in shame. "Miss Jenkins, I'm sorry," he stammered, his voice choked with genuine remorse. "I was wrong about everything." Simone looked at him and her expression softened. "True strength isn't about overpowering others, Master Cross," she said, her voice gentle but firm. "It's about having the humility and respect to see the worth in everyone." From that day on, the Martial Arts Center was never the same. Master Cross completely changed his teaching methods, becoming a true mentor who treated every student with the fairness and respect they deserved. And Dr. Simone Jenkins, the unassuming mother, became a local legend, a living reminder that the quietest people often carry the greatest strength. And that true mastery lies not in the fist, but in the heart.